Newstalk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, any place with the Fergus Now app on your phone. And it is now the first Thursday of the month, and that means it's time for Chamber on the Air with Lisa Workman, president of the Fergus Falls Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you. Yeah, we're shaking things up for 2025. Chamber on the Air is now the first Thursday of the month, so for those of you who've been on vacation or who had kids on Christmas break and all that, I'm one of those folks because our office has been closed over the Christmas holiday, but think about it. Like, today's already Thursday. What a short week we have, right? Craziness. So welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This is Lisa Workman. I've got a sizable frog in my throat, but I'm feeling groovy. So we're going to talk about Chamber on the Air. We've got some great guests today. We're going to talk today about the Productive Alternatives Crisis Stabilization Unit. We're going to visit with the owner of OSPTI, where we're going to share exactly what all those letters mean. We are also going to talk about, we're going to give you behind the scenes, early insider information about a tradition that's been going on in Fergus Falls for 65 years. So stay tuned for that. And we're going to talk about money. So let's talk about all those great things. Again, thank you all for tuning in today. I want to invite everyone to participate in Chamber Cafe, which will be next week on Thursday, January 9th. It's a virtual Chamber Cafe, so you can attend from anywhere, whether you're home in your jammies or you are in your office working on a project or you are on the beaches of Cancun. You can tune into Virtual Chamber Cafe and find out what's going on in our community. Just register at fergusfalls.com and we'll send you the Zoom link and you can Zoom in with us next Thursday morning. Also coming up for the Chamber is our Battle of the Businesses bowling tournament. How many of you guys have bowled in that tournament? I think I've seen all of you guys there. Yeah, it's a super fun tournament. This year we're doing a Mardi Gras theme, so it's beads and bowling. The tournament is on Saturday, February 8th at Northern Air Lanes. You can bowl at 12:45, 3 o'clock, or 5 o'clock, or all of them if you want to, if you're a super bowler. We encourage you to dress in a costume, gather together with your coworkers and friends, have a great day of fun. We give away a lot of prizes, and we're encouraging folks to dress in the Mardi Gras official colors of gold, green, and purple. So whether you're a Packers fan or a Vikings fan, you would have something that would be perfect for Mardi Gras. And you can register at fergusfalls.com. There's also registration forms at Northern Air Lanes. So when you stop there today for your lunch, because I know you're all dying for a cheeseburger, head on out to Northern Air Lanes and pick up a registration form. Or, of course, you can get them at the Chamber office as well. So we're looking forward to that event. We've got about a third of the teams registered already. So if you've been thinking, oh yeah, we'll wait till after the new year, don't delay. Get registered because those slots fill up quite quickly for Battle of the Businesses bowling tournament. Well, in addition to those kind of fun networking type events, we get to do some great celebrations in our community. And Shawn Roberts is joining me. She's the owner of all 3 locations of OSPTI. And Shawn, let's remind folks, because I always get the OSPTI, I get the words sometimes my brain puts them in the wrong order.
Not the only one. So, definitely those letters can get mixed up, but what they do stand for is Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy Incorporated. However, we're now, since growth and everything, not limited to just physical therapy. We do have occupational therapy and offer speech therapy services and a variety of wellness services as well between our clinics.
Yeah, and you've got a new location here in Fergus Falls, and I know, as the Chamber, we want to help celebrate those new locations. And honestly, you guys have been so busy. You've been there, several months already, but we haven't fit in a ribbon cutting yet. So are we going to get to do one of those this year?
You are. We've actually been there for 1 year.
Wow.
1 year now. But we had some things that we wanted to kind of finish up and kind of update around the office there and kind of get a feel for it and things like that. So we've been at 2450 College Way for 1 year now. And the building's been great. We've been able to kind of spread out, offer a little more privacy, offer a little bit more room. And, obviously we're in about movement. We want to move and get you to move, so we have more space to be able to walk and jump and run and play depending on what age you are. So,
which is fabulous. So you guys are in Fergus Falls. You're on the west side, kind of by Hardee's, Hotel 8.
Yep, Sherwin-Williams is on the other side. Bremer Bank is right there. So very nice, very easy access on and
Great
off
parking.
of the roads. Very good parking. Yeah, so it's been really good. And we are having a grand reopening or open house, and that will be Wednesday of this month, so January 29th. And we'll hold that from about 3:30 to 6. So that way, depending, whether you're at a school or, whenever you get off work, hopefully we'll be there for you. And I mean, if for some reason you need to come a little later, give us a call if you want to stop by. But we want to showcase not just our location, but of course the services that we offer.
Absolutely. And I know that, a lot of people think of physical therapy where maybe they slipped on the ice and, broke a hip and are doing some rehab, or were in a car accident and getting their head screwed on straight, or, getting things adjusted like that. But you guys offer some great services. Like I said, my voice is all froggy, but how many folks out there have been suffering with sinuses this time of year? I mean, who would think that OSPTI could help?
Right.
You
so,
can.
I mean, we can. I mean, if you think about, any muscle or joint. So any muscle or joint that's not moving, that's painful, anything like that. But then people don't think about, well, I have a headache or my sinuses. I just can't, nothing else seems to be working with that. And one of the tools that we use or things that we have, the treatments that we do, is dry needling. And so there is a protocol for dry needling through the forehead, and actually goes right into the sinuses too on either side of your nose. So dry needling can sometimes help with those things. I mean, obviously, I can't guarantee everybody's reason
Sure.
for having it, but that is one thing that dry needling can help for. And when we're talking about that area, it's also TMJ. So the jaw,
Clenching.
everybody has that. Yes. And so if you do get the TMJ problems or discomfort as well, there's treatment that we can do for that as well.
Fantastic. So if folks are wondering or curious, how do they get started? Do they need a referral to come see you, or can they just call you and start asking questions?
They certainly can give us a call. So I think that's the best way. Gosh, is this something that would benefit me? Give us a call. Lynn at the front desk is great. She can help answer those questions. Otherwise, our physical therapist, Kaylin, or Christy Toma, our occupational therapist, can answer any of those questions, tell you kind of what to expect when you come. Christy also does lymphedema. So if you're experiencing swelling in any body part, she can treat those too. So it's another thing that people don't think about when they think of occupational therapy, speech therapy. But you don't need that doctor's order if you are Medicare. We are a self-referral state,
Sure.
and physical therapy is. However, with insurances, most of our insurances do require that this year, or as of 2024, and we haven't seen the changes yet for 2025. Sometimes they do not require you to have that doctor's order, so we need to check with that insurance as to whether you need that or not.
But the phone call will get you started. And you guys have 3 convenient locations. Of course, you can find out all the information on the Chamber's website, as well as your website is ospti.net.
Yes, it is. That's
All
correct,
right.
Lisa.
Thanks. Well, we are looking forward to celebrating with you on the 29th. We're going to bring out the big scissors and do a ribbon cutting as part of the open house. So, folks, mark that day on your calendar as well.
And we will have some snacks and refreshments. I don't know how they'll compare with some of the others you'll hear about today,
Oh,
but we
yes.
will have some.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Sean, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're going to swing over to the other side of town, to the south side of Fergus Falls, and we are visiting with Ben Brimhall. Ben, Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you.
You bet. And January is a fantastic time of year to be vehicle shopping, right?
It's always a good time.
There you go.
but especially in January.
It's one of my favorite sports, I think, is actually vehicle shopping, which I'm kind of crazy that way. But one of the fun things, or one of the great things that you guys have been doing now for an unbelievable 65 years, it's the indoor sale, otherwise known as the granddaddy of them all.
Yeah,
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure what I was told is my grandfather started it 65 years ago, and supposedly it was the original one in the area. I don't know if
I
it's
believe
nationwide original, but it's...
Well, let's go with that.
Yeah.
We're going to say the first one in the nation.
Yeah.
So what you guys do then is take almost all of your used cars and get them inside, and you have such a huge building. That about how many do you fit in there?
Yeah, I think right now we have about 150 used vehicles on the lot. I think every year it kind of depends on the size of the vehicles that we have, but I think the most we ever got in was 110 vehicles. So we have them in our showroom, our service lane, our service bays, our body shops. I mean, they get packed in like sardines, and it's kind of like a puzzle. So
I'm sure, kind of managing where they're all going to fit, and the place is always just, it gets to be really packed with people too. I mean, it's kind of a fun social thing. Don't tell anyone, but tell everyone actually. But you're going to run into your friends and neighbors that you haven't seen for a few weeks, especially, we kind of hibernate in the wintertime.
Yeah, it's fun to see a lot of the same faces you see every year. They probably aren't even there shopping for a car, but they just love vehicles, and they just like to come out and look at them. And
that's the other thing about us in this area. We're we don't always tell people if we're looking for a car or spending money, so they probably are looking for a car or going to be shopping for a car, but you don't want to tell anyone. But that's the thing too, is that this is a big deal. You guys put out some big discounts on vehicles as well.
Yeah, like you said, we pretty much take every vehicle we got on the used side, and we try to reduce the price on every one of them. And obviously we'd like to sell every one of them, but usually that doesn't happen.
And that the other thing too is that, if you haven't shopped during one of these sales, so people are buying vehicles that day, right?
Yep. Yeah. Like you said, if you want to drive one, we'll have to move 6 others to get that seventh one out. But it's kind of fun to do that, and definitely can drive anyone you would like.
Sure. So that's something that folks might not know. Here's the other thing, too, is that, one, don't wait for the sale. Like, here's a hint. Don't wait for the sale, because it might not be there the day that you show up. Or if you wait until, did we tell people what day it was? It's the 18th of January?
It is the 18th
it's a
of
secret.
January.
Don't tell anyone. 18th of January at Minnesota Motor Company. But they can shop now, but don't wait. Like, if you find the vehicle that you like, buy it now, because there's other people out there that are looking. You just don't know. There's this thing called the internet where like thousands upon thousands of people can see your inventory.
Yeah, typically about a week before the 18th. That's kind of when the flyers will start to hit the, whether it's online or papers and stuff like that, the radio. And that's kind of when the sale prices kind of start to hit. And yeah, from there, if you find one that you like,
To me, that's kind of the fun part of car shopping. Just when you find what you like, buy it. And then you can just come for the snacks, right? You guys are going to have snacks.
Yeah. So every year with the Vikings been doing it, like I said, I don't know if it's all 65 years, but they've been doing it a long time. And they bring donuts in the mornings, and then partway through they bring out a bunch of different cookies. And then we got hot cider and coffee. And
Yep. It's a fun day. It's a great community builder day too. So thank you for doing that and getting folks together for that. And like I said, whether you're looking right now for a vehicle, or you're looking for a vehicle for maybe a son or a daughter or something that they're getting their license or they're going to college, now is a great time to start looking, and you can look indoors. All the cars are beautiful. So I look forward to the granddaddy of them all. Thanks, Ben, for joining us.
Thank you.
We are going to take a quick little break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about money and CSU, so more secret deals. Hold on.
Hi, I'm Cedar Walters, and I'm here at the Otter Tail County Recycling Center. And this is Heather. She's on the staff here at the Recycling Center. And so Heather, I know that all the time you guys are pulling non-recyclable items out of the recycling. How often does that happen?
Oh, all the time, every day.
Okay,
especially during the holiday season.
So during the holiday season, you're probably seeing some increase in some specific things. So how often do you guys see wrapping paper?
Oh, wrapping paper is a huge thing. It comes in big black garbage bags. They use wrapping paper. We get it on the rolls. Mm-hmm. And wrapping paper is not recyclable.
So some people might want to put that wrapping paper in their recycling bin, but it's actually not recyclable. So you're pulling that out as you're sorting the recycling.
Right. It's actually shiny. The shininess makes it not recyclable, and it's not made of high quality fibers. Mm-hmm. It's the glitter. It's just not recyclable.
Right. So often there's foil or glitter or other things on it.
Yes.
Right. So wrapping paper would actually go in the trash, but there's some alternatives to that. So if you were to wrap presents in brown craft paper or the funny pages in the newspaper, some other options like that would be a recyclable wrapping paper item, and we can reduce waste by doing that. So thank you, Heather, for all your hard work here at the Recycling Center, and to all the Recycling Center staff, and for all you recyclers out there, give your waste a new life and recycle.
It is News Talk 1250 KBRF, and we're back with Chamber on the Air with Lisa Workman.
Oh, Dave, we are having so much fun here. So just as a reminder, Chamber on the Air, we're going to do this every first Thursday of the month. And this is a great opportunity for you as a chamber member business or nonprofit organization to share a little bit more, a little history, a little fun stories, that type of thing. Just, all the things that you wish other people knew about your business or organization. We invite you to be a guest on our show, and you can get in touch with me at the chamber office or just give us a call and we can get you scheduled. Our number is 218-736-6951, and we're happy to help you out, or go on our website at fergusfalls.com. Like I said, we're happy to have you as a guest, and we do book out several months in advance too, so get in touch with us for that. So next on our show is Beth Rader, and Beth is with PACSU. See, I put all the letters together for that.
You didn't want to say the whole thing?
No, I'll let you do that.
That's Productive Alternatives Crisis Stabilization Unit. So it is a mouthful.
It is, and you guys provide such a needed service in our community. Tell folks where you step in, or what those services are. How are you helping?
So part of what we do is we help people that are experiencing a mental health crisis, or those that are surrounding that person, and get them supported. So, and through that, there's a crisis line, which we answer. And then there's mobile teams that can go out into the community and meet the person where they're at. And then there's our crisis beds, our CSU. So You don't have to say Crisis Stabilization Unit, CSU. So we actually have beds. And actually, we have moved over into the old detox building to give us more space.
Fantastic.
We have 4 beds. It's like 4 beds, 2 bath. It kind of looks a little spa-like, which is amazing since it was an old detox. But it does have a very spa-like feel to it. We're an unlocked facility. It's just that very home base, just giving you that place to land, that soft place to land, and we give those connections to other resources in the community and give those warm handoffs so that that person feels supported along the way. We actually also opened up a second location in Hoffman, Minnesota, so we actually have 2 CSUs now.
Oh, fantastic.
And then Productive Alternatives also has a behavioral health division with our CSUs and Perm 180 and Productive Pathways. And Productive Pathways does therapy. Perm 180 is a residential facility in Perham. So we are very much growing in our mental health, brain health support, as we like to call that. So
Well, we all have mental health.
we do.
But not everyone gets to the point of crisis situation. But I think we all know people, or you know what I mean? Like, it's not something that you plan for. It's not like planning for a birthday party. Planning
Hopefully you're not planning for a
retirement or
But I
things
think
like
we
that.
all,
But
yeah,
we all need
have,
to know.
Yeah, we all have different resources, and what our resource, whether they're friends or family or other supports that we have built up. And sometimes those supports kind of dissipate, and someone may not feel as supported or feel like those supports are maybe strained and they need, us to be able to step in and help them.
Sure, because you guys are professionals. I mean, we don't come wired knowing how to deal with some of these crisis situations.
Yeah, and the crisis is whatever that person defines. It could be, I'm just really struggling over the death of a pet. It could be something where, I'm really struggling with, I have depression or I have schizophrenia. I mean, people that are hearing voices, seeing things,
Sure.
Maybe they're stressed with just not sleeping. There's a lot of stress in their life. They're not sleeping, and that really wears and tears on the brain, and then they start experiencing symptoms, which are scary.
Right, or very worried about finances or
Absolutely.
all kinds of different things.
Yes, those socioeconomic pieces are very stressful.
And at the CSU, like you said, you guys provide a soft, comforting place for people to land with the professional care that people need to help make some steps in the right direction.
Yes, and we were kind of chatting earlier about how some local churches, like First Lutheran and Amor Lutheran Church, has been so sweet of making quilts and then donating them to us so that we are able to offer those to people. They're on their beds, and if they want to take those or find another quilt, they can take that with them when they leave. And
that's really, I mean, they're wrapped in a fabric hug then.
Yes.
Like somebody has put that love and care into making that. And so if folks, maybe if that's a hobby that they have, or,
Right.
I've seen folks that they're just like, I don't know what I'm making them for, but I'm putting together a quilt. Well, if you have some to donate, they can donate them to you.
Yeah, hats, gloves, any of those things. And if you just are curious, I always offer people just stop in and see us. Like, we love to have people just stopping in. This is about community. And those quilts are really the community giving this place a hug and giving their fellow community members hugs by just doing this. And
so if they want to stop in, or if they want to write down a phone number, in case they need it.
Yes.
Give us the location and the phone number.
Okay, we are located at 1013 North Tower Road in Fergus Falls, and our phone number is 218-998-2525. Really easy to remember.
Well, fantastic. Thank you, Beth, for all the really important work that you guys are doing at the PA's CSU.
Thank you.
Now people have a whole bunch of letters.
So, alphabet soup.
Theme of the day,
right, Sean?
alphabet soup. Absolutely. Well, we're going to switch gears just a little bit, and we're going to do F, F, D, F, S. Fergus Falls Dollars for Scholars.
Yeah, Fergus Falls area dollars for scholars.
So Lori Larson is joining me next on the show. And hey, folks, it's a brand new year. It's 2025. And it is the time of year when it comes time, well, many high school seniors are probably thinking about graduation. They've probably been thinking about it for a couple of years, and parents are thinking about it. But this is also a great time for donations. So, Lori, tell us a little bit about Dollars for Scholars and why this time of year is so important.
Yes. Well, actually, I'm going to start off with there is money right now. The application for scholarships opened up yesterday. So,
okay.
Yeah. So
Perfect
I tell
timing.
you what, yep. If you are a area student, so in our Fergus Falls area, so that could be Hillcrest or the Kennedy, you're a senior, you could be homeschooled as long as Kennedy 544 is listed as your place. Same with the online. So you should apply. I mean, you really should. Last year, we gave about $85,000 to 86 students.
Wow.
This year, we've actually budgeted for more. It's interesting. We've been in business since 91. And 92 is when we did our first scholarships. There were 5 $500 scholarships. So what a difference.
That's really grown quickly. Oh, my goodness.
And you think about it, it's the businesses, it's the people in our area. So as we've been talking about some of the things that our local area has done. That's why we're able to do it. And they continue to do it. They continue to help and sponsor us and help these kids.
So really, when people are doing business locally, shopping locally, it's helping students
It
too.
definitely is, yes. So, and you know what? You know as well as I do that education now is just unreal in terms of price and so everything helps. Everything
Absolutely.
helps. So yeah.
where first of all, where do the students go if they want to sign up?
They go
want
to
to
our
register?
website. So it's ffdollarsforscholars.org.
Perfect.
Yep. And they'll find everything they need there. Parents, please help them. That's fine too. We do not discourage.
Help,
So,
nag,
yes.
force,
Yes.
threaten. No, not threaten.
Yeah, and I do want to say please be as thorough as possible because there are a lot of scholarships. And if you leave things out there's no other way we're going to know. So if you leave it out, then we can't match you up to maybe one that would be...
Tell your story.
Yes.
Tell your story and tell it in details. No shortcuts. 'Cause
Exactly.
It is a competitive type process.
It
too.
is. Yep, it is competitive. It's not really their financial need based,
Sure.
other than there may be some unusual circumstances or things like that some scholarships.
Yep. So everyone
work
should
with.
apply.
Yes,
It's not
everyone should
financially
apply. Yes.
Easier than the FAFSA for sure.
Yes. And then I want to tell you too that some of the things that are specific to those scholarships that people don't really think about, but we have trade school scholarships,
Yep.
So automotive, construction management, some things like that. Of course, we have science, math, engineering. We have students who attended the ALC, which is Alternative Learning Center. So if we have specific to that. We have agricultural fields type things, law enforcement, social sciences, ministry, music, arts. I mean, we have so many different ones that I really want to make sure that people realize that they really should
Don't put it
apply
off.
and tell the story because we have so much that we want to give out. And if you tell us and you apply, you just might have some free money in your pocket to go to school next year.
And we could spend days probably talking about the different ones. But Dave's telling me we're out of time already. So we're going to have to wrap things up here, folks. Check out the Chamber's website at fergusfalls.com. And we'll see you next month. Okay, bye. She's like, he gave me the time for it. And I'm like, no, it's okay. And I'm like, what? Already? Normally that clock was